Hey everyone, Scott here to discuss Phantom Thread, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, Vicky Krieps, forgive me if I said that wrong, and Leslie Manville, and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Now, before I get into this review, I just gotta say, I saw this movie twice with excitement, and when I came out the first time, well, let's get into it. Daniel Day-Lewis as Reynolds Woodcock is a very twisted character, and I think Day-Lewis does a good job from playing a nice guy like Abraham Lincoln to this character, Reynolds Woodcock. And it was a great performance for the final role of Mr. Day-Lewis. Yes, it's his final role before he retires from acting for good. The production of this movie and where it was set was absolutely beautiful, and I would imagine seeing this movie in the 70mm film, it would have been breathtaking in my opinion. Vicky Krieps, forgive me if I said that wrong, as Reynolds' lover, Alma. Now, at first I thought it was a naive character until we get halfway into the movie when she poisons him with poisonous mushrooms, but I'll get there a little later. Reynolds' sister, Cyril, played by Leslie Manville, forgive me if I said the character's name wrong, is kind of a prickish character, especially related to Reynolds, is maybe demanding like him, but she does a good job being the prickish character that she is. Reynolds is a dressmaker who can be demanding, but is part of his character, and I admire how Daniel Day-Lewis gets into character without breaking the character, and again, he's amazing. Reynolds tests a dress on Alma, and as soon as he accepts her to be his model, I thought, okay, here's where this movie becomes a little bit uncomfortable for me. Watching the movie, because her dress, we can see through her, and it kept fucking distracting me. Like, my eyes were on her dress more than the other actors. Plus, I get the feeling they're really wrong for each other, and I'll get into that a little later. Alma is getting miserable because she doesn't like the fabric on the dress they're testing her on and wore in one scene, and the scene where when they're eating breakfast and she's having toast and eating it loudly, and Reynolds says it's a distraction, and that was when I thought they're completely wrong for each other, and that was when I was having a problem with their relationship at this point. Alma picks up poisonous mushrooms, and after that their surprise scene to him, and after her surprise to him, which I'll talk about that in a few minutes, she makes a soup for him with poisonous mushrooms, and when he's still alive after that, my question is, how the fuck does poisonous mushrooms and he gets how does that work? Like, he gets a fever, and when he feels better, he's a nice person again? That doesn't make any sense to me. If somebody knows what poisonous mushrooms do to you when you eat them, please let me know in the comments below. I think they kill you, I thought, so please correct me if I'm wrong. A lady who's getting married named Barbara is drunk out of her fucking mind before she gets married, and I thought, no woman decides to get married drunk and can't remember a goddamn thing about the wedding. That was too much for me, and it was sick. A Royal Highness person shows up for a wedding dress. I think it's the princess, now that I think about it. And that was a little odd that Alma says, remember Alma, because she made the dress with Reynolds. Alma surprises Reynolds with a dinner with asparagus, and Reynolds just flips the fuck out about his salty dinner. And my problem with that scene was, why can't she just fucking leave the damn house? This is a really long movie at its running time. It's really slowly paced, but maybe that's Paul Thomas Anderson just being Paul Thomas Anderson. While Reynolds has a fever, Cyril calls a doctor, and Reynolds tells the doctor to fuck off. I thought he needs the fucking doctor. Why tell him to fuck off? That was an immediate problem. Meanwhile, he dreams of his mother, and I thought to myself, what the fuck is that? It's clear it's a vision, but why put her in this scene when she died a long time ago? It's a mindfuck to me. Reynolds asks Alma to marry him once he feels better, and I thought, why? He's so wrong for her. I even said that to my mother in the movie theater, and it looks obnoxious, but And I don't expect obnoxious from Paul Thomas Anderson, but I do expect distractions from him, or slowness. Alma tells Reynolds while on their honeymoon that she wants to go dancing, and Reynolds says, "Are you fucking nuts?" And that's very insulting to your wife while on your honeymoon to react that way he did. That was very fucking selfish of him. Alma makes the soup with the poisonous mushrooms again one last time, or maybe before the many more times, but we never know because that's when the movie is about fucking over. And as soon as he tastes it, I'm like, he fucking knows something about the poisonous mushrooms. And I also thought, she's a fucking psycho. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 5.6 out of 10. I think this is Paul Thomas Anderson's weakest good film, and this movie was just okay. It wasn't a great movie, but I recommend you see this once and never look back after it is the weakest movie Anderson has made as far as his good movies career goes. And it's also just a very fucking strange movie. But I recommend you see it once and just never look back. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and before I say goodbye, thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, watch some more videos, and please leave a positive comment in the bottom. And until next time, have a good one.